everyone, this is Megan, one of the naturalists here from Beaver Creek Reserve, giving you another episode of Butterfly House Tours. Last week's episode we talked about the cabbage and mustard whites living here in our butterfly house, and sometimes they get mistaken for moths. Well, this week's episode is about a beautiful butterfly, and actually one of my favorites here in the house, the black swallowtail. So let's go in and see what we can learn about it. So as we learned in our previous videos, that all butterflies go through the same exact stage. They go from egg to larva to chrysalis or pupa to the adult or a butterfly. So our black swallowtail is going to go through the same type of life cycle. So let's look on this plant and see if we can find any eggs. Oh, we have one right here. And remember, these eggs are really tiny. They're actually going to be an egg for about 5 to 9 days, so a little bit longer than the monarch. And if you look really close, this one is actually really dark, it's black, and so that's telling us that it is getting ready to emerge probably any minute now, and it's going to be our caterpillar that's going to come right out. So if we look over here on this parsley plant, we actually have lots of caterpillars on here, so let's take a closer look and see which ones we can find. So if you look right over here on this parsley right here, we got a black swallowtail caterpillar. So the way that we can tell if it's a black swallowtail for sure is that it's going to be all black with a white saddle right here. And so our black swallowtail cats really like to feed on things that are in the carrot family, just like this parsley and also dill. So as the caterpillars continue to eat, they get a little bit bigger and they actually look a lot different. As you can see, the one right here looks a lot different than the other one we just saw. This one has a lot more vibrant colors. You can see that there's green, yellow, white, black in it. So now I really want to show you a super cool feature of the black swallowtail caterpillar, and I'm going to show you one of their defense mechanisms. Now this is kind of a big word, but a defense mechanism is basically a way that they can keep predators away. I'm going to show you, and I want you to look really closely. But if I kind of poke him a little bit very carefully on the side, you'll see there, kind of towards the top of his head, there's a orange V that's coming out. And that orange V is actually called the osmeterium. Now this is a really big word, but the osmeterium is coming out, and he's kind of bending his head backwards to touch me with the osmeterium, but he's gonna try and put a stinky smell on it, and actually I smell it right now. But that stinky smell smells like dirty socks, so I definitely don't want to be in the area smelling that. But they're gonna put that stinky smell on the predator, and that predator is gonna be wanting to get the heck out of there. So let's look over here. We actually have a chrysalis of a black swallowtail caterpillar. Remember, this is the third stage a butterfly goes through. So let's take a peek. Now this is a really interesting chrysalis that we have here. It's not like our monarch ones that hang from the top. These ones actually hang at a 45-degree angle, and they actually take silk to help them stay afloat. It's really interesting on how they do that. They're one of the most interesting chrysalises, I think, out there in the butterfly world. So now let's see if we can find any adult black swallowtail butterflies. So come follow me, let's see what we can find. Well, it seems like we can't find any of the black swallowtail adult butterflies in here. But you know, that's okay, because we saw the egg, we saw tons of caterpillars, we saw chrysalises also. We'll have adult black swallowtail butterflies flying around in here in just a little bit. So let's take a closer look to see what an actual black swallowtail adult butterfly looks like. And right now I'm going to show you the female. Here we have a black swallowtail female. You can see that she's very blue on the bottom and she's very black on top. This is kind of how we tell the difference with the females, because with males, they're going to have more of that yellow on them. They're going to have that yellow stripe, as we couldn't see that before on the females. And they're, like we said before, we have black, but we have a very just light blue shade on the bottom. So that's how we tell the difference between black swallowtails, if they're male or female. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us again for another video of Butterfly House Tours. I'm hoping you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next week. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Eric Keisler, Executive Director from Beaver Creek Reserve. Thanks for watching this great educational video from our staff. To find out more information like this and others, check out our website at beavercreekreserve.org. You can also support us by being a member or donating to our endowment campaign, which is supporting Beaver Creek through this COVID-19 crisis. Thank you. We appreciate your time.